never seen such a ruthless man. He hammered nails into his legs, even put his hand in the toaster. But even so, it still couldn't stop his heart from stopping. Just because he was injected with a poison, he must stay excited at all times. Otherwise, he would die. The man drove to the club, bought a pack of gum from the mafia. The effect took hold quickly. His heart began to beat violently. The man felt refreshed. He wanted to pick a fight.
Here he goes again.
Loud fighting sounds echoed in the room. Soon the man was thrown out. After all, there were many of them. Seeing he was no match for them, he quickly drove away. On the way, he received a call. It was the person who poisoned him. The bald man threatened that if he didn't get the antidote within an hour, the man would drop dead on the spot. To survive, the man called his family doctor for help, but the doctor was abroad at that time. He told the man to keep staying excited. He had already booked a flight back. After hearing that, the man immediately started speeding, trying to get himself excited. Unexpectedly, his behavior was soon noticed by the police. He had no choice but to drive to the mall. The car crashed around inside. The police were still chasing closely behind, but due to excessive speed, he braked and flipped onto the escalator. Fortunately, the man was not injured. The doctor reminded him to keep moving. The man had to run all the way. Soon he escaped to the back door. Just then, a taxi arrived. He got in without a word. As soon as he stopped, his heart started to hurt. He asked the driver to play some intense music. He kept moving to the rhythm, but he needed more excitement. So the man got off immediately, rushed into a convenience store, threw the cashier aside, and took a lot of popping candy and energy drinks, experiencing the joy of being a robber. Back in the car, he started eating and drinking. After that, he found the local gang leader, hoping the other party could help him. But the gang leader was in cahoots with the bald man, not only refused to help him detoxify, but also mocked him for being a dying man. The man was so angry that he wanted to fight him. However, there were armed bodyguards around. He had to leave in frustration. Then the man went to the hospital to buy medicine. The doctor saw his fierce look, not only refused to give him adrenaline, even wanted to call the police. At this time, a passerby reminded him the medicine on the table also contained adrenaline, so he took several boxes quickly. The man couldn't wait to try it. It really worked for his heart. On the way, he saw a doctor rescuing a patient. He immediately held a gun to threaten the doctor. The timid doctor had to give him the medicine. Suddenly, the man's heart ached sharply. He ordered the doctor to shock him. The doctor was very confused, but had to obey. He just touched him lightly. The man flew several meters away.
The man poured out a bottle of poison, praying that vultures wouldn't devour his son's body. But shortly after they left, a vulture landed on the boy. It pecked down fiercely. The pain roused the boy from unconsciousness. He threw the vulture off the cliff. Only then did he realize he was trapped on the cliff. He shouted desperately for his father, but never heard a response, so he tried to climb up. The smooth rock walls offered no footholds. He couldn't find any leverage. He could only cling to a crack with his hands, his whole body hanging from the steep cliff. Then the weather changed. A torrential rain poured down in an instant. The rock walls grew extremely wet. The boy could no longer hold on. His strength was gradually exhausted. As the water rose with the rain, he summoned his courage and jumped suddenly. The next day, the boy woke up in the mud. His leg was severely injured, and there was no one around for miles. He crawled laboriously to a puddle to hydrate, and unexpectedly found an earthworm. After resting for a while, he took off his shoes, but his foot had swollen terribly. The boy stuck his foot between two stones, and twisted it hard. He found branches to splint his ankle, making himself a simple support. He walked on in pain, finally reaching the top of the cliff. There he saw his own tombstone. The day he fell into the abyss, the entire tribe thought he was dead. When the boy learned his father had left, he lay on the ground, helpless. Suddenly he heard wolf howls. A pack was approaching quickly. He had to retreat. The wolves chased him relentlessly. The boy tried to climb a tree to hide, but a wolf bit his leg. He pulled out his dagger and stabbed the wolf. The crisis was temporarily resolved, yet the wolves lingered under the tree until dawn, when they dispersed, leaving only the injured wolf behind. The boy made a spear from a stick. Approaching the wolf slowly, he raised the spear, ready to strike, but the wolf opened its eyes. After a painful inner struggle, he abandoned the idea. When the boy tried to touch it, the wolf bared its fangs, so he took out a rope and tied the wolf's mouth to prevent it from biting. He carried the wolf to a lake, cleaning its wound. Then they took shelter together in a cave. After a period of recovery, the boy prepared to return to the tribe. Before leaving, he said goodbye to the wolf, but as he set off on his journey home, the wolf followed closely behind. No matter how many times the boy drove it away, it refused to leave, so they decided to journey together.